So you know that feeling of getting a pass from a teammate and then roasting an onrushing defender. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome feeling, right? And today we'll teach you 5 effective skills that you can do from a pass to make defenders' lives suck. The first one is something we can call the turn toe flick, I guess. It's been done by a lot of players, but I distinctly remember Messi doing it with a lot of style. We've all seen it, right? Now, it's all about getting a pass coming in, and then you want to flick the ball to one side of the defender while you run to the other side and get the ball at the end. And normally a lot of people would probably do it, so they get the ball, flick it around with the outside of their foot, then turn and run after it. However, for this one, it's basically all about opening up your body towards the defender, and as the ball then comes in, you use the momentum, the pace of the ball, and just hit it with that inner part of your toe to flick it up and almost like guide it, just help it over the defender's outstretched leg. And because, and this is the kicker here, because you're already basically half turned, facing in that direction, you really set up nicely to run after the ball, whereas the defender has to figure out A, what's going on, and B, he or she has to make a full turn in order to follow you, and that gives you the advantage. The only thing you just need to realize is that there's empty space behind the defender. Otherwise, you're just gonna give his or her teammate the ball and you'll look stupid. So basically, a little bit like this. Yep. Damn! Then we have the tap inside tap. Yeah. Which is, as you can probably see, heavily related to La Croqueta. Now, what you're essentially doing here is that you're touching the ball across your body into the other foot that's angled a little bit backwards, so you can again tap the ball out behind and hopefully around the defender. Now, this is easiest to do, at least if the pass isn't like mega hard, so it bounces all over your touch. And also, you want to make sure that you don't really kick the ball into yourself. That makes it a lot harder to control as well. What you want to do is let the speed of the ball do all the work. So you basically just touch it, and you just dampen it a little bit, control the ball instead of kicking it, and it will take care of the rest. Now, the only other thing you want to make sure of is that the defender isn't right behind you. So when you can see that there's a pass coming, you just take a step or two forward, because that gives you a little bit of space, but also it makes you and the defender have forward momentum. So when you turn on a dime, he or she is gonna have a little tougher of a time turning after you, giving you those vital few seconds. Number 3 is what we can call the sole stopper. Like with the sole of your foot, not the sole. You're gonna stop the defender's sole, so I guess it's all good. But anyways, this is a perfect touch to set you up to really ruin the defender's day. Joe also has taught it in depth before, but the top line is that you're gonna get the ball with the back to the opponent, and basically, ideally, you want to turn around so you have an overview of the pitch, and so you can decide how to burn the defender. So this goes like this, that if you get the ball from the defender, you're gonna step on it with your sole, you're gonna turn, and then you're gonna put both your feet down. Now, you want to make sure that when you turn, the ball stays close to your body, but especially this part of getting both your feet down is important, because if you still have your foot on the ball here, defender's gonna think, nah, something shady is going on, I'm gonna stay back a little bit, see what happens. But if you do this, it might look as if you're losing control of the ball, maybe persuading them to come in and try and take it away from you. And when they do that, all you have to do is just get it out of their reach, accelerate a bit, and you'll have won. So essentially, again, once you get the ball in, it's important that you step on it, turn around like that, boom, boom, and then you're away. And then we have what I like to call Bambi on Ice. That's not you, of course, that's the defender. Hope the angles are okay, bro. Sorry about that. But this is really good to use if the pass is a little bit in front of you or to your side, so you have to chase after it, and the defender is the defender. The defender is right on your tail, right? You can't even talk. It's that awesome. But anyways, what you want to do here is use your own and the defender's momentum against the defender. So when you reach the ball, you want to take that directional touch basically in the opposite direction of where you're running, because you're both running that way, but Once you make the touch, you start turning. The defender though has no idea when this is happening, so he or she will have to react, brake, and then turn, in which case you've got a head start, so you can go and do your thing. Bambi on ice.
A Bambi.
And now finally we have one of my favorite skills to roast defenders from a pass. It's the Berber Spin. It's one of those 5-star skills that you can do from a pass, but the thing is that it's actually best to do if the pass isn't the best. If it's maybe a through ball that's a little bit too long, going too much to the side, where you have to chase after it and there's maybe a defender coming from an angle. Now what you want to do here is you want to run to the ball and then stop it with the inside of the foot in the side that you want to turn. I want to turn that way, so I'm going to use my right foot, stop it with the inside of that foot, and then I want to turn my body, starting with my back, in the direction I want to go. Now at this point, this foot here is still hanging a little bit, so you want to let it follow the turn, but as you do that, you lift your toes a little bit to flick the ball up and on in the direction you're turning. Now ideally, of course, the flick is in the air, but it also works if you just flick it along the ground. Obviously, the defender is not going to give you the ball back all the time, but you get the deal. Now, this skill is also nice because not only does it look cool, you also protect the ball a little bit as you turn, and then that sudden change of pace and direction will potentially at least throw the defender off a little bit. And if it doesn't, well, you get a free kick. If it does, you look like a boss. So there you go, my friends, 5 effective skills that you can do from a pass. Marco. But which other skills do you want to learn next? Let us know in the comment section below. And then remember that if you want to learn even more skills in the future, you can check out the playlist right down there. It's absolutely wicked. What you should also remember is that if you need new gear, new boots, new clothes, whatever, the link to unisportlife.com is right over there and you should totally check it out. And finally, of course, if you like the channel, consider subscribing with the notifications on and you're not going to regret it. And with those words, I'll be signing off. A cheerio.